We're here from Arrowace.
I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently.
Stay out of Antiborough. Stuck in time loop.
I guess it's a ghost plumbing situation.
Bastet has got us out of a lot of problems, but I don't think she can get us out of this one.
It wasn't all the bodies. There were 2 bodies.
Everyone else just got disappeared.
I went missing for a while and I lost my brother. I don't know where he is.
Oh, that's my mother. Oh dear.
It's the same mother that you keep describing as tyrannical and horrible.
Have to practice ritual fight with brother.
Ellie, can I make an insight check of myself in real life?
Welcome to Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made with actual aces. Oh my god, that sounded like a weird bird.
Ellie, I have a suggestion for your M.
Wow, that was quick.
Oh, go ahead. You're so on it.
Oh my god, ahead of the game. Let's speedrun it this time.
Well, no, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the whole intro, and then when I get to demisexual, I'm going to pause, and then you can say it, so it's a fun surprise for all of us.
Oh my god, I'm the DM's favourite, guys.
You are.
You're not supposed to admit it.
That's...
How could you?
You're all my favourite children.
No, I don't believe you.
I am such a permissive parent. This is so silly. Anyway. We are a group of people who identify as somewhere on the aromantic and or asexual spectrum, playing D&D 5th edition with a twist. The twist is I can't say this.
The twist is that our spiel is out of date now, because now you have to say D&D 5th edition 2014.
Oh, boo.
No. No, we don't.
Gross. And for anyone asking, we're not going to change to 2024 because that involves me learning new things, and I am intolerant to that.
And we've got, 10 episodes left, right?
We barely learnt the first one.
I believe that was the hard claim.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 10 episodes, which means we'll see you in 2030.
Yeah, 10 episodes left.
To be clear, the 10 episodes thing is a joke.
Yes, for the avoidance of doubt. Unless you guys go super... Anyway, I'm Ellie. I'm your DM. I use they, them pronouns. That's an important thing to start with. I'm Ellie. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm your DM today. Your demisexual.
Masala chai.
Oh.
What?
So specific.
Very specific.
It's a yummy drink.
It is a lovely drink.
Is that because you're drinking masala chai?
No, it's because a really nice takeaway has opened up near us called Chaiwala, which does British Indian fusion cuisine, and it slaps.
Love Chaiwala. I love Chaiwala. It's great. Good stuff. And a masala chai is great.
Yummy.
I thought I heard the faint sounds of a Duolingo notification just then.
The bird has you in its clutches.
I'm not doing Duolingo. I do Duolingo at 11 p.m. every night when I'm in bed and I go, oh, I haven't done my Duolingo.
Yeah.
As God intended.
See, none of us are Americans, so we can't make the joke that TikTok's getting banned, so we're learning Mandarin to go on a different app that's Chinese specifically.
You should learn Mandarin anyway.
That dates this episode very specifically to when this is happening.
Yes, this is a real specific date.
For all we know, it's going to get unbanned in 3 days, so...
Yeah, we'll find out. That's the beauty of living in time.
What a movie.
Someone go, please.
My name's Am. I play Tozia Atherdale. We both use she, her pronouns. Tozia has a lot of in-depth questions about the weird magic stuff that's happening to her, which it turns out Morgan has the answer to already, but does not know that Tozia is having problems.
Hello, my name's Chloe, and I play Raina Riftwood, Tabaxi Brogue. That is a bard and a rogue. We both use she, her pronouns, and she is exhibiting a new ADHD symptom every day.
My child grows more beautiful every day.
You know, as am I.
Oops all neurodivergence, oops all they thems.
Oops, all warlock. I will persist.
That's the trajectory for 2025. We don't need to put that in.
Is that the three things that we're striving for? All neurodivergent,
Yeah.
all they, them, and all warlocks.
See, the thing is, you can just simplify it
Triple
down
threat.
to oops, all warlocks, and it covers all of those already. Show me a non-they, them neurotypical warlock, and I'll make them a they, them.
That's the gay agenda right there.
This is the future the liberals want.
Yeah.
Eiriol, go! Eiriol, go!
Hi, I'm Eiriol. I'm playing Delphi, the Growfolk Warlock. I use she, they pronouns, and Delphi uses she, her pronouns. And I have nothing fun to say about Delphi because the last session I spoke, I think, 2 sentences, and then...
Yeah, oops.
Oops.
It happens sometimes.
It's fine. You got a really meaty
Yeah.
session like the episode before. You got big screen time.
Me and Tol's got put in the quiet corner and are just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
It's because we spent so long apart, though, you put us back together and we went, you know. So we split up again.
Yeah, we're breaking up the team.
Eiriol, let's rob a bank in our section.
Why not?
Let's, just murder people, do a proper D&D, and just go around murdering
No! Murder Hobo campaign.
people.
That's campaign 2.
Casey, go!
Hi, I'm Katie. I will never ever quite get the exact right time to do my introduction and therefore do it myself. I am playing Morgan, who is a chronomancy war wizard. I'm about to say warlock. She's not a warlock. Or is she?
I knew it.
It begins!
Yeah. Secretly working for the multi-skilled void operative all along. No, she's a wizard. I'm not a wizard. Let's go.
Woohoo!
We're
And
in
with
Wizard
that-
Town at the moment. That's where the campaign is. Wizard Town.
It
It's
is
actually
Wizard Town.
pronounced Wizzy Ton.
I hate you. What happened last time in Wizard Town?
We did teleport.
We teleported.
We met some wizards.
I got a spell.
Yay!
You did! You got a little flame
Yeah.
spell.
That was fun. Chloe met a really not nice person.
I met an academic who
Could have left it there.
apparently has the solution to the time crisis, but she won't tell anyone what it is because she has a dramatic flair and wants to reveal it in her presentation.
Not because she's secretly evil.
She's definitely not secretly evil, but she definitely hates Dr. Hugo Munerin, who we're looking into because he was, I forget, he was stealing stuff from Arroways?
Hiding stuff from our
Hiding stuff from Arroways. So we're looking into him. And we met Felicity. Well, this was me and Morgan. Toz and Delphi have gone sightseeing. We'll get to them later, I'm sure. We met Felicity. Felicity is having some weird wild magic stuff, which who could possibly have predicted that? Probably because she's been messing around with weird portals. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All of the academics are a bit nervous.
And Morgan might be giving an ad hoc presentation.
Yes.
We'll see if we can get the time right for that.
And Raina did lots of lying.
Yeah. Very easily. Because I can't get you to roll anything under a 20 now.
Well, I could. If I rolled a nat 1, then I would have a 16.
Reliable talent is crazy.
You are crazy. Okay, so let's head on over to Toz and Delphi. It's Toz and Delphi time.
Woo!
Now you get to have a whole episode.
Finally.
The best ones, as I like to say. I'm kidding.
Harsh.
We don't have favourites on this podcast unless...
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. We actually just call them the better ones.
In our group chat that you're not a part of.
In the interest of balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your group chat that's just Am and Eiriol.
Yeah, someone's
A
got
direct
direct
message.
messages.
Our group chat.
But to us, it's a group chat.
I think that you probably wouldn't have to go very far because you're on campus before you run into somebody doing tours of Brore tour,
Yeah.
little walking tours. I think maybe like free or pay what you decide. run by some, like, very enthusiastic students who are just,
They're
like,
students.
you know.
I'll give
Yeah.
them... How much? Okay. I'm gonna give them... I'll give them 10 gold pieces.
Nice.
That's so much money.
Yeah, they're students, though!
Yeah.
Toz feels bad.
No, yeah,
I need
I
it.
feel like this is like one of those things where the golf kid who has to carry the golf clubs gets handed like $5,000
Yeah.
by the rich golfers.
Yeah. It is that energy. Someone on Tumblr pointed out that there hasn't been a single human character in this campaign yet, so I'm going to introduce one now.
Has there not?
There hasn't.
Oh my god.
Not name.
I just assumed humans didn't exist.
No, we put them in the
we
map.
Put them in.
We put
Okay,
him in.
we put him in.
We put him
They're
in.
from Vecina or Vecina or however you pronounce it.
There's one human city where they all must stay forever.
Yeah, it's the walled city, but it's walled the other way, so they're not allowed to leave.
I mean, to be fair, that is how it is with most
Oof.
species in most fantasy campaigns, so
duper.
why not?
In fantasy campaigns, yeah, definitely not
Yeah.
a thing that happens in real life.
Equal opportunity.
I think this short human man,
Ah yes, human man.
his name is Human Man.
The name is Hugh Man.
Everyone knows it's just like an elf but with short ears.
Yes, Hugh, your guide who introduces themselves to you as Hugh. Hugh Man, he's got like curly dark hair, 5'6", 5'7"-ish, and when you hand him 10 gold, his eyes become like saucer sized, and he's like, oh, wow, thank you, that's very kind, that's very generous. I haven't even done the tour yet. It's a very...
Oh, no worries. We're friends within academics such as yourself, and I know that she's a bit too proud to be asking for money, but you know what? I think that she would appreciate... I understand that it doesn't pay.
He looks kind of embarrassed. Well, I just guess that... I really hope the tour lives up to your expectations.
Sure will.
Let's go, let's go.
I don't know a lot about humans, so I'm really sorry if this is an insensitive question. But we're looking for someone called Hugo Moonerin.
He's an Aarakocra. You don't know that. You don't know that.
don't know.
Toz doesn't know that.
Toz doesn't know. That's not you, is it?
No. That's the Hugh and Hugo are different names. But it's an easy mistake to make. I totally understand that. That's very fair. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's be getting on with this tour. Have you been to Brore before?
No, we've never been. I kind of turned to include Delphi in the conversation because she doesn't know how to talk to people.
No.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, let me give you a rundown of the history. So we I said that and then immediately went,
What is the history?
what is the history? I remember that the tieflings came.
I was thinking, oh well, this is the time for Ellie to drop all of their really
All
calculated
the
thing that
lore.
they've been planning to drop all year.
Yeah, no, that's all academic
Oh, no.
stuff.
No, the thing that I was excited to drop was the 10 distinct academic titles that I'd written about time-space magic. I feel like that didn't get enough.
It was
of a,
really good.
Woo!
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you.
We loved it.
You did a great job with your seminar.
We're
titles.
really proud of you.
Thank you.
If I could, I would be giving you a sticker.
Aww. See, you get me. You understand. So this human is like, well, so Brore was first founded by an orcish community, and very similar to Seja, they had a long and deep interest in magics as part of their culture, so they built lots of the beautiful architecture that you can see. However, as you can see by this building on the left, and he kind of points at some of the mosaic, the city has been highly influenced by the influx of tiefling/changeling outsiders who were evicted from Antibra. There was a big conflict, basically because they were like, you might know this stuff already, depending on how good your world history is, but I'll give you the rundown anyway. There was a big conflict because there were a lot of changelings, and people couldn't tell whether they were tieflings or whether they were changelings, so the ones that were discovered to be changelings were evicted and brought up here, but obviously some tieflings came too. I think generally a lot of people who were attracted to Brore back then were, outsiders and people who thought outside the box. And you can really see the inspiration in the designs here. You can see how, people took things like color and texture and really added them to the existing building and architecture as a way to express and reflect their individual personalities. One of the best things about Brore, and he kind of carries on, in this kind of way.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he takes you to a nice park. the park kind of like is next to a river, so you get to do like a little bit of punting along the river.
Cute.
Yeah. So you go downriver a little bit, and then get off at kind of an allocated stop where you hand back the boats and stuff. He takes you past a museum of Brore life, and the tour finishes just outside the town hall. As you are kind of coming up to the town hall, you can see that there's like a small demonstration happening outside the town hall. It's a mixture of a couple of different people. Delphi, you probably wouldn't recognize this species, but Toz, you definitely would recognize some figures that you would describe as warforged.
Oh, heck yeah!
Are in among this group, and they're holding up a variety of signs. Oh god, now I've got to think of slogans off the top of my head. Things like emancipation for all and
Real steel.
Down with this sort of thing.
life is a machine, machines are life, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Nice, good.
Thank you.
That was pretty good.
That was a
That
good
was
one.
pretty good. Things to that effect.
Sorry, excuse me, Hugh, what's going on here?
Oh, they've been doing this for a little while now. I think it's a weekly thing. To be honest, politics are not my strong suit. I'm more of a history buff myself, but, well, I mean, how much do you know about the Warforged?
How much do I know about the Warforged, Ellie?
A roll a history check.
I'm good at this. I did roll a 4. I have +6 though, so that's a 10.
The confidence with which you said that.
My drink went up my nose then because that was some gorgeous comic timing. Your dice have a real sense of humour.
Yeah, they do. It's a 10 overall.
Yeah. You met a Warforged. You don't
Okay.
know much else about them.
I was childhood friends, acquaintances with one, but never really sort of... I think they were kind of isolated from their community, so I don't know about the group as a whole.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's really cool. I mean, to be honest, I hadn't really ever met any Warforged before I moved here, and I didn't really know what they were. I'd only really heard about them from rumors. We certainly don't have them in Vecchino, where I come from. Basically, like, they were invented, like, they were created by some wizards at the university, like, I don't know, when did you know your friend? Like, 10 years ago?
Yeah, about that. 5 or 6, actually.
Oh, probably not much longer than that then, like maybe 15, 20 years ago. And yeah, well, I guess it's kind of like very strongly, I mean, sorry, this isn't like, people get very like emotional about this, and I don't want to like, I don't know a lot about it, but I guess there's like a big debate about like whether they count as people because they're not like really alive, but then also they are kind of alive, and it's like how much, you know, because there's like automatons and they're different from automatons, but they're also like kind of the same, and like also like if we have the ability to create life that is sentient, then what does that like mean? And there's a lot of big questions around it.
Obligatory comment that we already know how to do that by pregnancy.
No, yeah, I understand it. It must be a complicated issue. Is the tour just complete? Are we okay to go and talk to them?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I'd be careful if I were you, just because, you know, like, I mean, things look all right at the moment, but things can get a little bit heated between this group and the police.
I think we'll be fine.
I put my hand on the hilt of my giant hammer.
Yeah.
He tracks your hand movement and is like, oh, I mean, okay. I mean, I wouldn't,
We've
like,
seen a lot worse than this.
We killed the dragon one time.
sure,
Yeah.
What?
Ah, those were the days.
Good days, good times.
What?
That was like a week ago.
Well, I mean, don't start.
Oh no, we're
anything.
not gonna start. I just, you know, we can protect ourselves.
Okay. All right. Well. It was nice to meet you.
No, Delphi goes in and is like, cool, who wants to fight?
Yeah. So I think Delphi, you're happy for us to go and speak to them. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Delphi's like already walking
Cool.
over.
I'll join her. I'll wave. Hello.
I will say, Delphi, they don't really have protests.
Yeah.
So, like, this is just like a bunch of people standing around shouting stuff. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
What you here for?
I approach whoever has, I don't know, if any of the signs have like a sense of humor. That's where Toz is kind of steering
Oh, gosh.
Delphi.
God. Now I've got to think about whether any signs have a sense of humour.
You're demanding not only slogans, but funny and witty slogans.
Yeah, punny ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, like, the general character of this protest.
I don't need to hear the slogan.
Okay, yeah, there's one that's been created, and it looks like it's just been sort of, like, carved out of a piece of scrap metal and is, like, being held in the air. Most of the people in this crowd, most of the Warforged in this crowd specifically are, like, very broad, barrel-chested. They're large and imposing, and this one looks a little bit smaller.
Great.
A little bit more kind of, like, rusty on the edges.
That's who I want to talk to. If a big guy goes up and talks to another big guy, it is, like, starting a fight. But if you go up and talk to someone who looks a bit friendlier, then, you know, he just wants to chat. And kind of waves as they approach. Hello, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh! Hello? Hi. What?
Hi!
Can I help you with something?
Oh, well, I mean, we're new to the city and we just kind of wanted to come and talk to you about, you know, what's going on here, what kind of... Obviously, we've heard a little bit about what causes your demonstration is in support of, but I think we're just kind of gesture to Delphi. We're just interested in learning a bit more.
Oh, of course. I'm very happy to explain. So the emancipation of... And then they sort of stop and they kind of check themselves and they go, actually,
We're not cops.
you should speak to our media representative.
Oh, you know what? That's totally fair. Can you point us in their direction?
Yes, absolutely, I can do that. So they kind of, like, bring you over to a, again, quite tall and imposing figure. Let's say they have, like, a kind of, like, a bronzy cast to their metal. And they turn around and say, hello, my name is Lunaris. Can I help you with something?
Hi, Lunaris. This is my friend Delphi. I'm Tosia. We're just a bit interested in learning more about what you guys are doing here.
Tosia, are you from the city of Gymaris?
Yes. That's insight. How do you... Yeah, I mean, I guess you're probably really smart, right?
What makes you say that?
I think that's a microaggression.
This is Toz we're talking about.
I don't know, you guys were built by really smart people, so if I had a really smart mom and dad, then I'd be really smart. That's how it works, right?
They are not like our parents. That is a
Oh.
very different context. Can I help you with something?
Well, as you can see, we clearly don't know much about the situation, so we're just interested in learning more. If there's anything we can do to help.
I see.
Delphi looks at Toz like, we clearly don't know much.
Charm offensive.
She hands you a pamphlet. It's like a sort of a manifesto, and it's like rights of the Forgeborn,
Cool.
our demands.
Delphi will like look at the pamphlet and be like, I don't get why any of this is happening. Why are you asking?
I do not follow. We are demanding equal rights from the state. Is that not something that you think we should be doing?
And you don't have them.
No. Was that not clear?
No, I guess I
Where are you from? I haven't seen someone of your kind before.
am from Karati, in the forest to the west, over the mountain. I can imagine why you wouldn't have seen them before. We don't get many visitors. Although I'm sure you would be welcome. We try to take in as many people as we can. It's just difficult.
Your people all look like this?
Yeah, for the most part. We have differences as you do.
She, like, outstretches her hand, and you can see, like, underneath the metal paneling, she has sinewy, almost like oaken arms. And she says, interesting.
I just had the realization that Warforged don't need to eat food.
So did I.
Yeah!
And Delphi will be like, what I don't understand is why this would never happen in Karaki.
Then you are very fortunate.
If you are alive, you are worthy of life. That's how it works.
But what does it mean to be alive?
I'm sorry, but this is coming across like someone going on like, oh my god, people are racist? But aren't we all the same colour underneath?
No, but it's like, it's more the thing of like, imagine someone being like, what do you mean people can take away your rights? That doesn't work.
Yeah, Delphi comes from a monocultural utopia. Like, this is very unusual for her.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? You can't take away someone's rights. They come with your being alive.
You can't commit murder, that's illegal.
No, it's like...
Who gives you rights? Yeah.
How can they prevent you from doing things? You just do them.
Not how it works, Delph.
You are very fortunate to not understand this. I still do not know you and do not trust you, and therefore I do not want my words to be taken out of context. I don't want to get into an involved conversation with you. What I will say is that the people who created us insist that because we are not wholly organic, we are not sentient and not to be classified as life. However, we are life. Life is us. We can attest to this, and we have many allies who will back us up in this fact.
Was one of those a Dr. Hugo Moonerin?
When you say that name, she clearly has some sort of spark of recognition. She says, I'm afraid I'm not able to comment on individuals related to the Forgeborn or to any of our movements.
Oh.
That's probably smart, actually. Well, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. And I hope that we get to speak soon. Delphi, you had some more questions?
What was your name again, sorry?
Lunaris.
Yes.
I'll make a display to shake her hand if she will shake mine, but if not...
Yeah,
okay.
she shakes your hand.
We'll go and find the others.
Hello everyone, I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. This is the best way you can support us, and we have a bunch of bonus content up there for you to enjoy. At the lowest tier, you will get access to our side quest episodes, and on further tiers, you can get more bonus content like our table talk, monthly talkback episodes. You can chill out with our cast cozy corner. You could even get a seat at a monthly one-shot table with us, the cast. Plus, there's even stuff for free on there. So go check that out at patreon.com/deck of many aces. Also, don't forget to join our Discord. It is now free and open to everyone. So check the episode description for the link to that and come and hang out with us. It's real fun. Today's promo is for Lich Slaps, a real play D&D group releasing weekly episodes, currently playing a homebrew game based in a homebrew world. You can find their link tree under Lich Slaps and wherever you get your good podcasts. Roll the trailer.
Are you even half ears?
Mickey? But he just said there is no one on the
Well,
streets.
it's too
because
late.
they're-
I'm an elk now.
Yeah, she successfully tempted this guy into an alleyway.
I think I'm a reasonable person. And Lou is going to take out her loaded crossbow.
Jesus.
Reasonable person.
With that high nature check, can I figure out what type of dragon it was?
Probably wasn't Gem. I'm stupid. I will actually have to tell you now. From those
Was
looks,
it a gem?
Get it? Gem. I had a 1 in 3 chance and I was wrong. Yep.
I press one. I press one that I'm standing in front of.
Can you ask before you do this? Please.
It looks like
What?
we've got a case here of doppelgangers, and we'll leave it there.
So I've been having a lovely conversation with Felicity, and Raina's just come over and said, "Hey, I think I know who the murderer is."
Yeah, exactly like that,
That was pretty
actually.
much spot on.
Murder?
Oh,
Again?
no, it's just
Oh my
no,
God.
not like a definite murder, just like a maybe murder, but we're not sure yet.
I mean, I don't know if it's a murder. I think maybe he just isn't very liked or something.
I'm sorry, who is being murdered or maybe not murdered?
We wanted to talk to Dr. Hugo Moonerin, and we don't know where he is.
He's been struck off the list of guests, so if he's not murdered, he's at least disappeared in some kind of way.
He could just have had a family emergency. You never know. Not everything is sinister.
Well,
probably it's sinister, but it's not definitely sinister.
Well, he could have had a family emergency, but if he did, then everybody here must be real mean because they don't seem to like him very much, especially your person with the solution to everything. I spoke to her over there and she definitely...
Oh, Dr. Urson, was it?
Yeah, don't look now. But she definitely does not like him very much. Even though she told me that she did, it was quite rude, to be honest.
I mean, that's normal.
Fair enough.
If you hate a colleague, you don't say to any random stranger, oh yeah, I hate that person. You say, oh yes,
but...
their work is unconventional but interesting, or something.
I don't think I would describe someone I hate as my good friend, though. So she's... I don't know. But anyway, she's not the only one. The rest of people...
No, you seem like the sort of person who describes someone you've never met as your good friend.
That is accurate, and I don't like it.
To be fair, Raina, like, I do think there's some politics in academia that's very difficult to get your head around if you're not from academia. No offense. I mean, I struggled with it as well when I started out. Everyone was like really like, you know, either like your best friend or your worst enemy, and you kind of couldn't tell depending on how people behaved around you. But you know,
Raina just kind of crosses her arms and nods sagely throughout this speech and lets her continue talking.
I need to go talk to somebody about presenting my lake bubble water poison aboleth nonsense.
That was one good thing that came out of it. She said you could definitely do that.
Oh, nice.
She acted like she was quite the authority here.
Do I know who Dr. Yesha Urson is, Webster?
Roll me a history check.
17?
17, okay. You would recognise her name. You know that she is in the divination department alongside Dr. Hugo Moonerin. You don't know loads about her, but you do remember people saying that she was loaded, like really rich, and you think that her family are quite important in the city. Like, I think she's quite an old name, and maybe even had, you know, like ancestors who came to this college, but you don't really know why.
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do?
I would like to go and quickly talk to Dr. Urson if she has any ideas about a quick informal presentation.
All right, well, I'll go and introduce you. I told her I was here with you, so...
All right, I guess I'll see you guys later then, maybe?
Yes, do you want to get dinner?
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds lovely.
And we'll come to your talk.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope you'd be there.
Well, yeah, naturally. Do you know the pizza restaurant where they name all the pizza restaurants after wizards? All the different types of pizza they name them after wizards.
No, of course I don't. I don't know this city. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really good.
Can you give us an example, Morgan?
Well, yeah, it's like there's Natasha's tomato pizza.
Mordenkainen's mushroom pizza.
Mordenkainen's mushroom pizza. Yeah.
Someone get Hasbro on the phone right now.
Fizzban's 4 cheese.
There's a type of pizza called the Adavan Lovers that is got like a weird fruit on it. It's not like eaten in Adavan Lovers. It's just named that for some reason.
Oh, that's weird. Well, I'll have to try it.
No, wait. Wouldn't the Adaman Lovers have like some form of like seafood on it? That is like.
It's a Hawaiian pizza.
Because they're by the sea, right? Or am I thinking... No, that's a different one.
Yeah, Katie's making a joke about Hawaiian pizza.
I'm Googling famous wizards in D&D.
Oh, we've had like 4
You've
already.
got Malf.
Oh, the Vecna, which is like a really spicy pizza.
You've got Malf and his acid arrows.
What, you're going to put acid on
like a pickle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pickles and anchovies
pickle
and
pizza.
Maximilian something. Anyway, I tell Felicity where to meet is at the pizza restaurant where every pizza is named after a famous wizard.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
I introduce Morgan to Dr. Ursan and try and get them to have a nice informal talk, and then I think we should probably go and investigate what's happened to Dr. Moonerin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We don't have to roleplay that. She's like very excited to have you around, Morgan. She's like trying to fit you in, like, in the sort of lunchtime slot. She's kind of booking us kind of last-minute talk for
All
you.
right.
Did you guys want to reconvene first?
Yeah, I think that would be smart.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think, like, you guys are walking off campus as we're walking onto campus.
Oh, hey, Toz, Delphi.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? That's very unlike you, Toz. Have you been talking to some people on the streets now?
Yeah, I'm down with the kids, Raina.
Sure. Anyway.
We saw something quite interesting that you guys might want to know a bit more about. Have any of you met any Warforged? I'm assuming, Morgan, you have.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing, and I pull out the pamphlet, some campaigning by the city.
Oh, they've progressed to that level. Oh, that's good.
Ellie, I have a question. that I haven't asked in a long time. Is this one of the things that I have no idea about because it happened after I disappeared?
Yes. Zero clue.
Oh, great.
Absolutely no idea.
No one has told Raina about Warforged?
I don't know anything about Warforged.
It's not come up.
They've got better graphic design on this pamphlet than they used to. That's nice.
Sorry, what is going on?
They're like metal people.
Metal people?
Yeah, they found a way to make a people out of some stuff.
In metal?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the metallic wizardry again.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Exactly that.
I understand, by which I mean I have absolutely no clue, but...
I was going to say, like, how we're made of meat, and Delphi here is made out of wood.
And they're made out of metal?
Yeah, but people are like, oh no, you can't have a person made from metal.
But you can have a person made from meat and wood and...
Yeah, exactly.
Birds and stuff.
Their very wrong perspective is the gods made us and we made them, and we're less than the gods, so they're less than us.
Kind of. Also a little bit of mad scientist, what on earth are you doing? They don't have souls, they're not alive. They are alive.
They're alive.
That seems weird and crazy. Why would you say to someone, you're not alive? That don't make no sense.
Well, okay, look, so some of the researchers and some of the departments have contracts with some military interests. It's all a bit, but the military does have funding. And, having soldiers that can't say no is potentially quite lucrative.
Or even workers that can't say no.
Or workers that can't say no.
So slaves?
Yeah.
So it's all a bit dodgy.
Oh, I'd argue that's a bit more than a bit dodgy.
I don't think dodgy is the right word for it, Morgan.
Yeah, but anyway, there are not loads of Warforged people about, but there are a number now, and they are trying to get things sorted so that they don't have the bad things happen to them.
Well, that's good, I suppose.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to look at the pamphlet, Morgan.
Yeah, have a quick look at the pamphlet. I think I probably am familiar with the arguments.
Yeah. You'll notice that one of the things that has changed, or I suppose, like, developed since you kind of last touched in on the subject, is the whole document refers to this specific race as Forgeborn and not Warforged.
That's nice. I like that.
As a kind of distinction from the purpose for which they were made in terms of the way that they were made. You're pretty familiar with this issue. They were created by wizards, and therefore lots of members of the academic community and members of society in general don't necessarily see them as full people. In the pamphlet, they sort of break down the misconceptions that Warforged or Forgeborn are the same as automatons, and kind of like go through the distinctions mostly around like free will and the ability to choose and like have independent thought and all this kind of stuff. Like, it's obviously very like radically political, but it's also quite a sort of philosophical manifesto, because they are literally talking about what does it mean to be alive and what does it mean to be a person and have a soul. And they've included like some Forgeborn poetry and works of art like on the flip side as well, to kind of like highlight, for want of a better word, the humanity of this group of people.
Cool.
You see they have a list of demands.
I look at the pamphlet with Morgan and I just go, so is this basically a bunch of people having children and then refusing to look after them and raise them properly?
Not exactly.
I think that they don't see their creators as their parents.
Yeah. I think it's a bunch of people having children and then making those children fight for them.
Well, that is definitely worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really awful to raise a child knowing that at some point you'll force them to fight pointless fights for no reason.
Tosia was going to say something else and then shuts her mouth.
Well, moving on
Anyway.
swiftly, I think we should go and look for Dr. Moonerin because he seems to have disappeared.
That's what
Oh.
I was going to say, is that I was talking to their... Sorry, I think they said PR representative?
Media representative.
Media representative. She was talking about how they had lots of, non-Forgeborn people supporting them. And I said, oh, like Hugo, and she got real cagey about it. You know when people's eyes say things that their mouth doesn't say?
I know exactly what you mean.
Kind of, in
Yeah,
theory.
so there's something going on there. I guess a dress is the best place to start, right?
Yeah, I mean, that would explain if he was involved in this kind of movement and the rest of the academics are not very happy about that, that would explain why they don't like him. But as to where he's gone, I don't know.
We haven't actually had a proper look yet. He could just be on holiday.
Yeah, let's go to his house.
We have a standing dinner reservation with Felicity tonight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's the best. Is she doing good?
Yeah, she's had some weird stuff going on, but I'll let her tell you about that.
Cool.
And I am giving, I think, a quick lunchtime talk tomorrow. I guess probably at like 12.
Hey, check you out.
Yeah, and so we've got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow, and I'm going to have to try and find a way to get you 2 guest passes so you can go and watch the talks, because they're going to be interesting.
Oh, cool. That'll be fun. Okay, well then, yeah, let's go find his house.
Perhaps the first place to start is maybe we could find your friend Rebecca or someone else from the university and just ask them why he's not there.
Yeah, I was going to go to the divination department and ask if there's he might just be in his office.
Yeah. We head back to the university.
Gotta remember Rebecca's voice.
It was high-pitched and enthusiastic, I believe.
Yes, I think she was. So yeah, you head back into that building, and Rebecca's like, "Oh, hi, Morgan and Raina, and
that's me."
Oh, you brought more friends.
Oh yeah,
yeah. This is my plus.
That's cool.
This is my +3.
I wave.
She looks starry-eyed at the thought of being an academic and having friends.
Yeah, I was going to ask earlier. Actually, does Morgan have friends here? Should I be looking for some friends?
Probably not. If you've not mentioned them.
I'm trying to figure out whether Morgan would have had friends. I think that...
I feel like Morgan had colleagues.
Yeah, Morgan is too used to the cutthroat nature of politics to really trust any friends. And also working very hard. And avoiding social events. So no, I don't think she has friends. I think she probably had an office mate at one point that she had to share an office with. And of course they feuded viciously.
Yes, naturally. So Rebecca's like, are you going back up? Do you need me to print more passes? I feel like I don't know if I can get away with adding more. I kind of went above and beyond there.
Is there any chance that we could get a guest pass just to... I mean, if it's a question of money and registration, I can pay the fee.
How much is the fee?
To watch the talk. Probably way too much money.
I mean, do you think I could perhaps get a diplomatic interest in any way? As a representative of Gaimaris and their, I guess, technological developments?
Oh, what, to the talks tomorrow?
Yeah. Does that work?
Todd, I don't think it's a question of, like, are you qualified enough to be permitted into the secret club? I think it's more a question of, did you pay your entrance fee 6 weeks ago when registration happened?
Oh.
Well, I mean, there are still some last-minute tickets available. It's 100 gold each.
Check sheet. Delphi, you don't have any money, do you?
Delphi has 360 gold.
Cool, in that case, I'll put down 100 gold for me. And I'll be like, Delphi, you should put down 100 gold.
I love the idea of like, Delphi doesn't have any money. No, yeah, sure, Delphi puts down 100 gold.
Just because Delphi doesn't want to use her money doesn't mean she doesn't have it.
Yeah, Delphi doesn't understand money, but which means that they're really good at saving it.
Delphi and I put down 100 gold each.
Cool,
We'll just
great.
pay.
Awesome. What about, well, Morgan we can probably finagle, but Raina, as a non-member, you probably also will need to...
Oh, alright, that's okay. Yeah, I've got 100 gold as well, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I was going to say
awesome.
I could give you 50, but if you've got it, you got it.
No, I'm good. I've got a fair bit of gold, actually.
Oh no, wait, sorry, I have 860.
Oh my goodness.
This is why I was like, I don't feel bad about charging you guys for an academic conference, because I know you are rolling in it.
Yeah.
So she prints out some passes for all of you. Is there anything else that you needed?
Well, yeah, in fact, we were wondering about this guest listed on a timetable, but he seems to have been crossed out, and he's one of an acquaintance of ours, so we were wondering why he's not here. It's Dr. Hugo Moonerin.
Oh, you haven't heard?
Oh no, something happened.
No, we've been out of town.
Oh, well, so he's been suspended for misconduct.
Oh
no.
Do you know what type of misconduct?
It's all being kept under wraps, unfortunately. I did try and ask, but they wouldn't tell any of us. But his office is still around. Like, it's pretty empty. They cleared it out, but, like, if you wanted to peek your head in...
Don't suppose you have any contact details? Who has access to contact details? Someone does.
Oh, you know what? I can go and ask. I'll go and I'll ask.
If it helps, he did freelance work for an organisation that we also work for, so we do have, like, you know, we're not just random strangers being like, tell us where he lives.
You are so right. I probably shouldn't just give out random addresses to members of the public just because they taught my PhD class once. But yes, I will see those IDs just for the sake of procedure.
Show them our Doma.
Yeah.
Arroways.
Yes, we have IDs that say Death of Many Aces on them.
Yeah, sorry, Arroways.
I will go and I will ask about those now. But in the meantime, I mean, Morgan, do you remember where Dr. Moonerin's office was? Did you ever go visit?
I mean, I assume it's in the divination department somewhere, and we'll probably have a name sign on the door.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they've changed it yet. It was all relatively recent, but yes. You've got it.
Yeah.
I'll come and meet you there. I'll just go and check with my superior officer. My superior officer? Ellie? What?
Supervisor.
My line manager. Yeah, that's the word that I was trying to come to.
It was kind of like you were going for supervisor, and then it was like, wait, no, that's not right. No, superior officer. Yeah, that must be right. Yeah.
That must be it. I'll just go and I'll talk to my supervisor about that. Yeah, okay.
Thank you. You're a lifesaver.
No worries. Anytime. By the way, I would love to just, like, pick your brains about some research that I'm doing. But, like, whenever. It's, like, no pressure. It's, like...
What's the topic?
Whenever I know you're super busy. Oh! At the moment, I'm assisting a PhD student on the recent thing that happened at the Crawlish mudflats. You know, the castles that kept appearing in the film?
Yeah. I saw him.
Yeah, he's writing, like, a whole paper on it. So, yeah, I would love to just, like, know your thoughts and just kind of, like, get a second opinion on the stuff that I've been contributing.
Are you available for breakfast tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, okay.
I know that you've got, like, a meal calendar of, like, who you're going to be talking with at each meal.
This is a huge part of academia.
You know the little coffee shop with the really cheap coffee on the, you know, the one with, and we arranged it.
Yes.
When you said that he had gotten, like, fired for misconduct, I did really want to be like, no, misconduct was his wife's name.
Oh, I hate
Please,
you.
Mrs. Conduct.
Yeah.
Actually, it's Dr. Conduct to you.
Please, Mrs. Conduct was my mother.
Yeah,
This sexism and devaluing of women's PhDs is a massive problem in academia.
Dr. Conduct.
Yes, please, Mrs. Conduct was my mother. I'm Dr. Conduct.
This episode has to be called Dr. Conduct, right?
Okay. So, are you guys heading to his office? Or his old office?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you head along to where the divination offices are, and obviously they're all very sort of cookie cutter, relatively similar, and you come to one that had a sign that was Dr. Hugo Moonerin, and it's been scratched out, so they need to change that.
Oh, even though he's only been suspended? He hasn't even been fired yet. Rude.
And as you head in, you see that the office has been, like, pretty much entirely gutted. There's a desk and a lamp.
You can see that the bookshelves are a different colour where there used to be loads of stuff on them and now they're empty.
Exactly, like, it's pretty much entirely empty.
Is there any way to see if this looks like something where he's cleared out all of his stuff, or if it was sort of done afterwards. Like, is there certain places on the desk or on the bookcase that look like they've been taken care, where there might have been delicate stuff, for example?
I would say that constitutes an investigation check.
I would say that too.
Let's play Dungeons and Dragons.
I would also like to investigate.
Okay, yeah, you roll me an investigation check as well.
That's a non-natural 20.
Also a non-natural 20.
Oh,
Nice. Okay. Is there anywhere in particular that either of you are looking?
I'd look around the desk, I guess.
Okay.
I have a cool new ability I'd like to do as well
Oh.
when we have a moment.
Ooh. What's the cool new ability?
Magical awareness.
Yeah.
Nice. As you're both looking around, Raina, you said you're looking around the desk. And Morgan, you looking anywhere in particular, or just having a look around in general?
Poking about, I don't know.
Poking about? Okay.
I'll like look under tables and like in corners and in old bits of like corners of cupboards and stuff.
Okay. Raina, when you're looking around, you're looking at this desk, and it doesn't look like anything has been moved forcibly. Like, obviously it's difficult to tell, but it doesn't look like it's been ransacked. It doesn't look like it's been done in a messy way. It looks like it's been done in a very neat and orderly way, and from this you can kind of glean that either he was able to remove his stuff, or whoever took his stuff out did so with care and respect, rather than just like chucking it into a skip or whatever. You notice a... would it be on the desk? Maybe it wouldn't be on the desk, but maybe on a shelf behind the desk, in a kind of corner that has been overlooked, you find a small plant.
Aww.
It's just a cute little plant. Looks like it just sort of has been forgotten about, but looks pretty healthy, looks pretty happy.
Okay.
Considering it's been forgotten.
I mean, I'd pick it up and have a closer look at it.
I'm suspicious.
Detect
Cool.
magic.
Well, you say that.
You say that. Tosia?
I don't think Raina has any reason to suspect that this is anything unusual, but she's still going to look at it anyway, but yeah.
I have something called magic awareness, which I can use 5 times per long rest. So until the end of the next turn, so 6 seconds. So I'm just going to kind of spam it for however long I need. I know the location of spell or magic item in 60 feet that isn't behind total cover.
Okay. You can't find any magic item or spell that is active within 60 feet.
Apart from the magic items that are on all of us.
Apart from the magic items that are on all of you, and like from beyond the room, possibly some magic-y stuff is happening because you're in a wizard university. Nothing unusual.
I just wanted to check that like nothing was like currently active in this room, which is fine.
Yeah. Raina, do you want to do like an arcana check on the plant?
I'll do that.
Can I help while I'm doing my magic?
Absolutely, yes, yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
How are you helping, Toz?
I think Tosia is just kind of, since everything happened, she's been able to kind of feel a more latent magical energy surrounding her, and I think she's going to just try and, knowing what happened to the previous disappeared academic they investigated, is going to try and like focus on if there's anything in this room that we can't see with our eyes.
Okay, cool.
Have a sniff.
I got a 7.
You got a 7.
With advantage?
Wow. Okay. This is a nice plant, and you know what? Because you rolled well on the investigation, I will say to you that it was in a strange spot for a plant. In a spot that you wouldn't put a plant because plants need sunlight, but it seemed to be pretty happy anyway.
I just show it to Toz and I'm like, look at this plant.
Look at this plant.
It didn't have any sunlight, but it seemed pretty happy.
Toz, you get with your latent magic thing.
It's also any active spells.
There's no active spells.
Okay.
You can't tell if this is magical or not. You can't tell what is happening with this plant. But it does sort of feel kind
weird.
of like it reminds you of something.
Oh.
Can Delphi have a look at it? As
Delphi
as
can
the
look at it.
ex-botanist, now warlock.
Yeah! Oh!
What do you want me to roll? I'll tell you this much. If it's intelligence-based, it's a +10.
You can either do a nature check or an arcana check.
I'll do nature, and that is a 27.
Hell yeah.
You can tell that This plant has some magic attached to it, and it's not a pine tree because it's a tiny little plant, but you can kind of sense with your tree vibes that it's got some kind of like genetic similarities to a pine tree. Like the shape of the leaves, all of that kind of stuff would suggest pine, but it's like a little Animal Crossing style like sprout.
It's a sapling. That's the word you're looking for.
Yeah, it's a sapling, but it's not a sapling of a tree that you would then plant outside. It's like a house plant.
Okay.
It's a bonsai.
It's not a bonsai because it's not a tree in miniature. It's like, like a spider plant or like what other house plants are there? Like a monstera plant or something. It's something that's
But it's similar to a
probably
pine.
always going to be little. Yeah.
Weird. How big is this plant?
Like about a foot high.
I mean, like a big pot or like a little pot?
Little pot.
Okay.
Just a little baby.
Delphi pockets the tree. Delphi, is carrying the tree and is just going to carry it around.
Yeah, we should take it with us.
Delphi can pocket the tree.
There's one thing Delphi will try and do, which is they're going to cast Warp Sense on it, which is...
What does that do?
For the duration, you sense the presence of portals, even inactive ones, within 30 feet of yourself.
Oh. Okay. Nothing happens.
Cool, fine.
It ain't a portal. Nobody's tree striding through this houseplant.
Yeah.
I think that was the concern.
Yeah, that was definitely my concern.
Morgan, you rolled a...
Non-nat 20. I was looking for things like roll under covers and stuff.
So you're sort of crawling around, having a little inspect, and you notice a floorboard that is slightly different to the rest of the floorboards. Maybe it's like less dusty.
I'm prying that baby up.
Yeah, you pry it open. There is a belt underneath this floorboard, like a really nicely made leather belt.
Ooh.
And as you sort of unfurl it, there are tiny random letters stitched into it.
I know something that's missing letters.
That is such a reach, Tossia, but okay. Yeah, I keep the
Put
belt.
the belt on the tree.
Rebecca knocks on the door and is like, "Oh,
hi.
Hey guys, I found you the address."
Deck of Many Aces is Am Chisholm, Eiriol Evans, Ellie Webster, Katie McLeod, and me, Chloe Elliott. Special thanks to our patrons Nate Scott Jones, Ouroboros, EK Green, Space Ben, Callum D, Ebad, KP, Steph Burke-Stellier, and Sarah. You can find us wherever you get podcasts and on social media at Deck of Many Aces. Best places to find us these days are Blue Sky and Tumblr. Everywhere else is a bit of a hellhole, let's be real. Or you can come and join our Discord, newly opened to everyone for free. So check out the episode description for the link to that. Plus, you can get loads of bonus content on our Patreon, so go to patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces to check that out. This podcast's original soundtrack is written by me, Chloe Elliott, and if you enjoyed it, you can find it on SoundCloud and on music streaming platforms under my name. If you'd like to hear our voices elsewhere, you can find me and Am on A Rendezvous with Destiny, a Bite Marks actual play podcast. Plus, check the episode description for the link to Ellie's mailing list to find out all the creative projects that they're up to. Well, that's it from me. Have a nice week. Bye!